Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you the most hyper offensive team I have ever built in Pokemon Moon. I have spent hours getting egg moves and also all sorts of fun stuff because I wanted to base this team around Tsareena, the Mangosteen Pokemon, and it's got a really cool ability. It's one of the only Pokemon to get 3 lines in its evolution. It's got a great moveset. Play Rough is an egg move. U-turn is great for pivoting. High Jump Kick and Drop Kick are great for damage. And Tsareena is really one of my favorite 7th gen Pokemon that I haven't really gotten to use too often. And when it comes to all around Pokemon, Tsareena can fit in just right around every other team and put in good work. So this week I have Gracium Z because Dropkick Z move can actually do decent amount because it is stab, and while Play Rough or High Jump Kick would be better, this is the Queen Tsareena and we are not messing around when it comes to stab. So with all this coverage, Tsareena will be a perfect fit with Aerodactyl. Now Aerodactyl gets an amazing amount of movesets that all happen to be TMs besides Crunch, and Aerodactyl is once again a rock and flying type, and with all this coverage on it like Rock Slide, Skydrop, Crunch, and Dragon Claw, I decided to give it a Life Orb because Life Orb could really change the game when it comes to damage, and that's what Pokemon is all about. So Aerodactyl is a really cool Pokemon that I like. Mega Aerodactyl would be cool, but you need to get the Aerodactylite, so Life Orb is a better fit for now, and it's got a great attack and speed stat, so Aerodactyl is great. However, Rock and Flying is pretty weak to a lot of things, so hopefully the other Pokemon like Krookodile can help him out. So Krookodile has a great ability called Intimidate. It's going to lower their attack stats, and Ground and Dark typing is overall pretty good because you don't have many weaknesses while you can still deal a lot of damage. So Krookodile has Earthquake, Brick Break, Smackdown, and Bulldoze because Bulldoze can lower their speed, which is all around better. Smackdown can make Earthquake or Bulldoze even stronger, and it is Rock type. Brick Break is a fighting type, and that is going to be good for coverage, really, no other reason. This Krookodile doesn't have any dark type moves, but I gave it the soft sand because I wanted to boost the damage it can, because Krookodile's role in this game is to be a support Pokemon, but also doing a lot of damage. So my last choice, just to fit in the team, was a Pokemon I never really got to use, because I had Alolan Ninetales. And that's Alolan Sandslash. Iron and Steel typing makes it pretty weak to some things and great against other things. It's got Swords Dance and Hail and Iron Head and Icicle Spear, but because it is so slow, I'd rather go with a Choice Scarf. It's not the greatest idea, I am aware, but Choice Scarf made better sense just so it could revenge kill anything that was necessarily going to die to it. So these 4 Pokemon, while they aren't the greatest, they do have a lot of coverage, and hopefully the fact that they have such an offensive presence can give me some wins. So our first battle is going to be against Namungus, Mandibuzz, Weavile, and Zoroark. The battle tree is pretty common with dark types, apparently. Among Us can hit Tsareena super effectively, Aerodactyl should be able to put in work, and maybe Krookodile will do its job in supporting. But anyway, let's see what happens, because I'm going to lead with Aerodactyl and Tsareena. And I think my best choice in any match is to go straight for the Dropkick Z move, because Tsareena can easily take something out. However, Mandibuzz is pretty fast, is at least faster than Tsareena, so I'm going to switch out, because I don't want to sacrifice Tsareena just yet, and we're going to drop those attack stats from that. However, Aerodactyl, on the other hand, can use Rock Slide and get super effective damage, or it could use Sky Drop in this game, because getting rid of an opponent is going to be really useful in doubles games. Mandibuzz has Toxic on Aerodactyl because it's a threat. However, Amoonguss does have Venoshock and hits Krookodile instead of Tsareena. It's not going to do much because I'm a ground type. Rock Slide is still the better thing to knock out Mandibuzz and hit the Amoonguss. So the support, Krookodile, is going to knock out the Amoonguss as well. So yeah, we're not going to hurt Aerodactyl here, but we are going to knock out Amoonguss. Technical difficulties. So yeah, he's going to send in Weavile, as it's the only Pokemon he has. Zoroark is interesting because it's the last Pokemon of all things. So yeah, Weavile has Fake Out, which is something I didn't really see coming, but I do know that Weavile gets Fake Out and Zoroark reveals Taunt. Of course it does. Aerodactyl will Sky Drop the Weavile, get rid of that threat. And we are going to flinch as well because of the Fake Out. Zoroark throws down the Night Slash just to get some damage, but we are going to Sky Drop this turn. And Weavile should be able to get its attack off as well because we are pretty fast. But we will drop those speed stats anyway and knock out the Weavile. So we are already 4-1, I think. But you know, toxic damage is really starting to rack up on Aerodactyl, so I'm gonna let it go down to the poison, which is really not the best play, but I'm gonna do it because I want to use the other Pokemon. So Aerodactyl dies to the poison. Zoroark gets knocked down at very low health. Yep, Tsareena comes in. And we're going to switch out into Sand Slash because it is at full health and I do not want to be knocked out. Zoroark reveals Taunt, which it already did, but it's not going to do much against my team, which is so offensive. Tsareena throws down the Play Rough, the Fairy type Egg move, and it's knocking out the Zoroark. And that will be game. So, pretty easy, pretty simple, but still pretty tough because this team does not have much resilience at all. But it's good to see that Krookodile can still be very strong and help us out when we need it. So the next match, we see a lot of Ghost and Psychic type Pokemon, which is good because none of us are really weak to that. But we do have a lot of fighting moves. So this match was going to be interesting because I'm going to lead with Tsareena and Aerodactyl. And it's going to lead with Reuniclus and Cofagrigus. So Psychic and Ghost right next to each other. I know that The Renucleus gets recover. That's all I had to do to fix it. My bad. Aerodactyl is going to crunch here because it's super effective. Rock Slide could have been better if I hit both characters, but in doubles it's going to do less damage. So Tsareena goes for the U-turn because I do not want to be hurt. I do not want to waste my Z move yet. So we're going to send in the Choice Scarf Sand Slash. And Renucleus reveals Wonder Room, which swaps the special defense and defense, I believe. And Cofagrigus has Nightshade, targeting Tsareena, but it will hurt Sand Slash, which is fine because Sand Slash is supposed to come in and kill something that is still alive. It's all good. It's all good here. So Sand Slash is going to use Iron Head because it's a good stab, and Aerodactyl is going to get the Mummy ability. So Iron Head is going to finish off the Renucleus here. Which is great because we knock him out without him being able to knock off the Trick Room. We avoid the Will-O-Wisp, which is amazing because burn hurts your physical attack, and we are physical Aerodactyl, so that's all good. Aerodactyl is going to use Crunch again because it's just so super effective against this team. So we get another defense drop, and we're going to use Iron Head because that's what we're choiced into. Cofagrigus takes some damage, but we get the Mummy ability too. So Jellicent throws down the Hydro Pump, and it is going to knock out Aerodactyl because it's a rock type. Unfortunate, but that's all we need. Going 3-3 in this match, pretty evenly. Cofagrigus lands the Will-O-Wisp now, hurting our Sand Slash, but I'm not too bothered by it. I can let Sand Slash go down and still bring in Krookodile. Feeling pretty good about that. Now this is pretty simple. Choice Scarf Cofagrigus, or Choice Scarf into the Cofagrigus is going to kill him. He goes down, and Drop Kick from Tsareena is going to knock out Jellicent, even though it's at half health. So he loses another 2 Pokemon. We are 3-1. He's going to send in the Bronzong, as Bronzong doesn't do too much against these two. So yep, I'm just going to keep Iron Heading and get that chip damage because Iron Head will eventually rack up into doing a lot of damage. So we are going to use that Drop Kick Z move that I was talking about. Bloom Doom should do about half or less, so like 33%. Or 20, as it's not very effective, but Bronzong does throw down the Trick Room, making it the faster thing in this game because I am Choice Scarfed, and Tsareena is pretty average. However, we can't really use our fighting type moves against it, and Bronzong reveals Brain Dance to weaken fire type moves, I guess, but we don't have fire. Anyway, Tsareena is going to use the U-turn. Keep Tsareena alive while we can. It's going to proc the Bronzong's Berry and get him back to more health. And we are going to switch into Krookodile, as although it does have Levitate, I can still smack it down, which is my plan. So the Iron Head damage is going to do very little, but it would start racking up. So this Bronzong is a pretty weird set because it only has Gyro Ball as its attacking move, and it targets the Sand Slash. So now Bronzong has Mummy. I can hit it with Earthquake now. So we're going to hit him with Iron Head, get some more chip damage, hit him with Smackdown, because after the Trick Room he is faster, so wasn't really sure he was going to get Mummy, but that's what he decided to do. So now I can hit him with the Earthquake, and he's going to try to get a hypnosis, but he will miss, which is all good from here because now Earthquake should knock out the half-health Bronzong. And after all of that, we are going to knock off, kill Sandslash, unfortunately. But Bronzong does go down, which means we are victor winners. So a good game from the battle tree, and this team does pick us up a few wins. And Tsareena is still very good in my opinion. Easily just as good as Lycanroc, but there's different terms and different levels of good. So when you don't have everything, you do something else. Well, this team, Aerodactyl and Krookodile, did put in a lot of work as expected, and Choice Scarf Sandslash, that's what it's called, did do its job, which is good. However, Tsareena was worth it. I like Tsareena a lot, and it's good to have a Tsareena with Play Rough and U-Turn, and it's a very strong Pokemon. So anyway, we picked up some wins today, and if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button, or maybe subscribe if you're cool, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.